record.
Oh, that's good. So have I.
Oh, perfect.
I was going to say, well, actually, I should pause and check, but I think the quality will be fine. What have I got this set to?
Sounds fun to me.
That sounds like the bad one, though.
I don't know.
It's really good, actually, so we'll leave it like that.
Will it be the good one or will it be the bad one? Find out after we listen to the episode.
It will be the good one. Anyway, I was thinking about this on the way home, so this is what I'm going to do, right, Jackson? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say, it's Friday, my dudes.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
And that's how I was going to start the episode.
Welcome everybody to this awful introduction.
Oh my goodness, you're going to complain about the audio there.
Post-production Jackson here to complain about Troy. Your audio was perfectly fine, and you're like, oh no, this is probably the bad setting. So you change it to the bad setting, and then you say this is the best setting, but it's not the best setting. It's the worst setting. This is going to be a long-running bit on our podcast that we can never get Troy's audio right. Anyway, on with the podcast. My name's Jackson.
That's Jackson.
I was listening back to our last episode, and that bit made me laugh so hard. I don't know.
It was the same. I don't know why, but yeah, it was good. Maybe that's why it was good. Anyway, yeah, he's Jackson, and I'm Troy.
And I'm Troy, and he's Jackson.
Mm-hmm. And he's the sheriff.
I'm not following it this time.
Oh, okay, good, because it needs to sound different. It needs to be different.
Because my audio went wild that last time.
It did, and it definitely did this time as well.
I'm not the sheriff, and he's out there, and I'm glad to be here. And that
I'm tired. I'm tired. We shouldn't have played video games for like 3 hours with other people.
Well, someone did.
Yeah, it's true. It was mostly me. You were busy having guests over for dinner. That's right.
Yeah, and we weren't eating the guests either, because we had them over for dinner, meaning we didn't eat them. We invited them to have dinner with us. Think about it. Don't think about it. It looks like your brain's shutting down internally. Troy, why don't you just pass on the message to that bloke behind you about this? Maybe he could substitute you in. Yeah. No? Yeah, he's forever looking.
Is he still looking? I realize something.
That's right.
People probably don't listen to like the visual part of this very much.
Yeah,
They're probably
especially that man behind you.
So we should stop talking about visual stuff. It actually. Oh wow, that's a clear view. It actually. I've been listening to obviously Distractable that, and it's starting to bother me the visual stuff and the fact that they every time it's like, oh, this is for exclusive. Oh yeah, because like they value their watches more than their listeners, version.
And like you better be watching. That's what they said. Well, Bob did.
Do they?
I'm like, no, I don't want to watch. If I want to watch, I'll watch you on YouTube because that's what YouTube's for.
Listening to their latest episode, and I was listening to another podcast, the science one, I was curious about like ADHD in that because I've got ADD. Apparently, I need to get myself.
Do you take anything for it?
To see if because it was childhood ADD. I don't know if I've still got it now. Well, that's what I'm curious about. I was curious about like what people can do to fix things like that and how it affects people and what is essentially what is ADHD or ADD. And listening to the other science podcast, the guy talks about whether you should use Adderall and stuff like that, and that they used to Ritalin was the main drug, but they've switched it to other things. More people prefer Adderall and other enhancement drugs, but it's all about all those drugs. All they do is increase your production of dopamine, which so I'm better off having more cold showers, getting adrenaline pumping, which would get dopamine going more often. But I was listening to their podcast, the Distractable one, and Bob was talking about, and Mark were also talking about like medications and that, and like I can't believe how many medications these people like. I hear that a lot of Americans take medication, but I'm sitting there going like, I
think in America it's a lot more about business and making money.
Other people,
because over there everything's more private. I think like there's no real access to good medication or cheap medication.
But true. But I was hearing like Bob talk about how he was taking he was taking antidepressants and then he's taking ADHD medication. I'm sitting there going, "What you're taking? You're taking essentially like, as I said, antidepressants and ADHD. Like, that's why would you have multiple? Like, focus on one thing at a time. And he talked about how if you go off antidepressants, like, even if you're not someone who's got depression, you just have a massive crash and feel like really. I'm sitting there going, yeah, it's because antidepressants aren't really like they just get your body to give you more of the happy drug essentially, or the happy chemical. So of course, if you go off it, or if you just cold turkey it. You're going to feel like...
we should have discovered medical advice on this show. Should not be taken seriously. Go see your doctors. Well, health professionals. I don't know.
I don't think I'd give medical advice, but I've been curious about it because my mum would, like... They said to my mum to put, like... They could put me on Ritalin. I said, like, they could put me on Ritalin years ago. Oh, another thing the podcast talked about was the fact that having a little thing for people to play with like this... like helps it apparently in schools now they're going to have like a little rubber band and stuff on for kids with ADHD or ADD because they'll be able to concentrate but also use their hands at the same time.
Maybe we all would.
It's probably what I needed a little bit in school. But I've always been curious about Ritalin because my mum never put me on Ritalin or anything like that. And like as people or as most people know, or not most people, but as people know, Ritalin is basically just speed, but a less extreme form of it.
Okay.
It's a very similar chemical. Let's put it that way.
I want to
it has the same
change
effect.
this path of small talk to a wanker number plate I saw this week.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. So so the car was a blue Mustang GT. Do you want to guess what the number plate was?
Mm-hmm.
GT Blue.
GT something. Oh no, really? Oh no, that is. Oh really? Oh my. Oh, he's driving a Ford. He's driving a GT Blue, and it's a GT. Oh my goodness! Wow. Why not get I'm a Dick on it as well?
Yeah. So.
Oh. I really hope. I really hope someone pulls up.
That looks red to
me.
It's Virgin Blue.
No shit, Virgin Blue. That red is Virgin
that
Blue.
Was one thing I noticed. And the photo of the traffic thing I sent you, the lady who had driven into the bus lane, and there's a bus right behind her, so she decided to drive out into the intersection to get in that turn right.
Oh my goodness.
No, well, technically she did.
So did she actually go through a red light then?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So she's pulled into the intersection, but sort of curved into the little right where the medium strip would end. So she might be in the way of people that were.
Yes, to turn right. Yeah.
Well, no, not even walking. People that were in the far right lane.
So yeah.
So, but oh my. At that point, see what you do is at that point, if you're in the bus lane. And the bus is waiting, just, you've made your mistake, just wait for the bus signal to go. Wait for it to turn green and then pull in front. Like, don't pull out into a red
Just don't drive in the bus lane.
Just
full
get
stop.
his chance to go through. Yeah, just don't drive. Well, it depends on the situation, because there's bus lanes there's turning lanes
bus
as well.
turning
lanes.
But the only other...
No, they're bus and turning lanes.
I have to go double check.
Going
but
through,
I don't know the one you're
Stud
talking
Road,
about.
I think it is. So it's a bus lane, but you can pull into
map,
it to
Street View,
turn
to see what it looks
left,
like.
Or you can...
Yeah, Stud Road.
Is it Stud Road, or what's the road that... if you want... Yeah, is that the one you bypass if you don't want to take the east link to go through Ian and Andrews?
Yes, it is Stud Road, yes.
That's Stud Road, yeah. Yeah, on Stud Road there's bus lanes, and you can technically use them, but you can use them as turning lanes.
Oh, you're right. So the bus lane is okay. You're right. Yeah, that bus lane is a turning lane as well.
Correct.
But specifically,
it's also
bus lane,
a turning lane for if you want to get off the road at any point. It does say bus, but I don't think anyone's going to complain if someone pulls into the bus
Put it this way,
lane
I'm looking at
to
Google
take a
Earth
turn
or
and
Google
create
Maps
less
satellite
traffic.
position, and I'm seeing the bus lane completely empty, and the far right turning right lane is all full of cars. So, yeah.
Okay, but they're all going straight ahead. They're not turning, are they?
Nope, they're
All
in
the
the
cars
turning
that are
right lane.
turning have already pulled into the bus lane and turned. What do you mean? Where are you pointing that? That's completely different. Is that a bus lane in the
top
middle
row of cars? The
road?
top row of cars are the cars turning right.
That's not the road I'm talking.
And then the red one. That's turning right though.
I'm talking about turning
That's where
left.
I saw him. That's where I saw the car.
Okay, but are you sure? Oh, that. Yeah, that's...
Okay.
I'm not talking about that situation. I'm talking about other roads.
No, that was Keysborough Road.
Wait, was that
Cheltenham
on Stud Road? Or?
Let me check Stud Road. Because I know maps. There it is. Yes. Yeah. Oh,
I'm talking about
sorry. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yes. So those are situations where you can go in the bus lane because you have to go. Technically you have to go on the bus lane anyway to turn
Road
left.
Laws with
because it's
Jackson
the
and
far
Joe.
left lane.
Where Jackson gets refreshed about bus lane
Oh my
laws,
goodness. Welcome to... I'm glad I called you up earlier when I was close to the city and asked about the tram thing because I was sitting there going, I know you can overtake trams, but I know you can't when they're stopped. But I drove... Yeah, well, the funny thing is I drove past one that was stopped in the little... Like the end of the tram line in the tram bay or whatever it's called. No, I know that, but what was interesting is it actually had like a little sign that flicked up that said stop on it. So at least you know when it's technically moving and when it's not moving. So that's convenient.
What was else? There was something else that I think happened this week, but I can't remember. My highlight this week. I absolutely learned from my mistakes, and I smashed an absolute apple pie.
Good man.
Mwah.
Oh, yes. Did you? Well, you'll have to wait. If you still got some,
so
good.
I found a recipe because I'm like stuff. I don't want to go off my brain and I googled a recipe and mwah, so good.
Oh,
it wasn't pureed.
Sorry, you had
I did a Thermomix recipe, and to be honest, the recipe I found
pie.
It wasn't how I thought it was going to go, but it ended up being so good.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
It never is with those things. I went to like when Courtney was still living at home, and I went to Ian and Andrea's after work one time, and I rock up and I'm like, "What are you doing, Andrea?" And she goes,
"Icing sugar."
"Oh, I'm making sugar. I'm making what is it? Not powdered sugar, icing sugar." And I go, "What?
And
what?"
it.
And she goes, "Yeah, you just put like regular sugar in the
right.
Thermomix, and you can make it and blend it and make icing sugar." And I was like,
"Yeah,
"Okay,
you can."
that's."
But like again,
Didn't
you're
know
only
that,
using
but
if you're
that's
using
cool.
icing. And like I don't know about you, but I never make cakes that need icing.
That's not true. You always make cakes.
No, you're right, Troy. I make cakes all the time, and I never use ice cream. Icing cream. Yash. You have a highlight that isn't depressing?
Wait, do you make cakes?
Alright, what's...
No. No, I'm trying to think. What is my highlight? Oh, I can tell you what my highlight was. This isn't much of a highlight, but I bought RimWorld with the money I got for my birthday. So RimWorld is sort of like
top down.
How do I explain it? It's like It's a top down. It's The Sims but 2D, and it's a lot more complicated. You can do a lot more in it. You can do heaps of stuff, but it's like a world survival thing. But it's like you have a colony, and you got a colony of like several people, but like anything can happen to them. Like anything can happen. Let's put it that way. It's a well-known game. A lot of people play it on YouTube and that, but it got banned in Australia for a while because of cannibalism or something like that. It displays cannibalism, or it displays.
This game is.
It was something.
This game is 10 years old.
Even though it's
2013.
RimWorld. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
sense.
Minecraft.
How old's
Minecraft?
Minecraft is like
jeez. Old. It is old, I guess. Yeah.
That's right. It's similar to Minecraft except 2D, but also The Sims, but 2D.
Minecraft came out in
but also
2009.
Age of Empires, but it's 2D.
The first edition of Minecraft was Java
there you
edition.
go.
2000, that's 14 years ago. It's a lot of years ago, yeah.
There you go, see?
So many years ago.
That is a lot of years ago. It's 14 years old.
The one for, when
And
what?
when did the first Five Nights at Freddy's come out?
Yeah.
First Five Nights at Freddy's. That would have been 2012.
Let me tell you, it came out in 2014.
2016 or something.
Almost 10 years old.
There you go, 2014. Yeah, I knew it was sooner than 12.
So have you played much of RimWorld?
Oh, there you go. No, I haven't played any of it actually. I got it. Oh, I got a new highlight. I got another highlight. I just remembered.
Sapphire.
I finished Pokemon Sapphire. Sorry, Pokemon Scarlet. They're both colours. They're both jewels or colours or both. Yeah, sorry, Scarlet. I finished Pokemon Scarlet, and let me tell you, I was not impressed with the ending.
It's so
a little
crazy,
bit, it's just thrown in there. Oh, it is. But the most annoying thing is, I could only find out of those ancient Pokemon. Most of the time, I could only find Screamtail, whatever it is, like the Jigglypuff thing. I found other ones, but are the metal? I assume they're metal or the robotic-looking ones.
That's exclusive to Violet. Yep.
Do you know So that's in Violet. But
yeah, so you have to trade.
But it shows them in Scarlet in the Pokédex. I'm pretty sure.
Troy, I have. I have
what?
Violet.
How am I supposed to? Jackson?
No, but I can.
How am I supposed to? Yeah, but you haven't finished it. Also, I was going to say I knew it was something to do with that. How did you get them?
I had friends on my Discord
or did you just
who
get them
currently
from
touch trade.
Yeah, how did you get them for Scarlet?
So touch trades when you basically you do a couple of trades, so you trade the Pokemon you need for your Pokédex, and then you trade it back. That's why they call it touch trade.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not good.
I mean, I can get you some if you want. Just tell me the ones you need, and I'll get them for you.
Get me some. I want that weird Tyranitar looking thing. So I'm guessing those are supposed to be the ones from the future, and they're like, in Violet, they're going to be like, we caught these Pokemon in the future. Paradox, yeah, that's it. Future Paradox. And I was unimpressed. I was more impressed with how many Master Balls the science robot chick had. Because every Pokemon, she just casually throws it off just hands.
Did you did the last battle actually kind of worry you? Because you're like, I've got no Pokemon left, or did you have suspicions that was going to happen?
No, I didn't. I wasn't worried, but I was sitting there going, "What's going on? Why can't I do anything?" And then I went, "Oh, that's right." And right as I went, "Oh, that's right," it started making the noise. I don't know how to do it. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Sound. It's like a weird cat sound.
You can do that really well.
Which makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's like a weird cat. That's right. It doesn't. The translation for it is completely off.
Yeah,
it's like
Giag.
Giag. Giag. But and I went. But here's the funny thing. I go, "Oh, of course," and then you go through the final battle where it's Kyogre versus Kyogre, or whatever his name is.
Koraidon.
And did I say it right? Kyogre? Koraidon, that's it.
Yeah, Kyogre's the water legendary from Gen 3.
Isn't there a Pokemon called Kyogre?
It's a big whale.
That's probably what I was thinking. That's right. But I found it a bit annoying because
yes,
the Koraidon, I almost died.
The game makes you not fail, which is dumb.
It just goes to one. Yeah. Because I'm looking at it going, why?
Yeah, I know.
Why is this Koraidon so much weaker than the other?
Basically, the game wants you to use Terra Blast. Yeah.
I know, that's what I did at the end. As soon as it was like, it terrifies, I'll just use Terra Blast.
Yeah, that's why like I said, that's
first
why
time I
the game
actually
wants you
used
to
it
use
in
that
the
move
game.
just to finish off. But because you don't know, you just use the other moves first.
I used Terra Blast, but I didn't see the point of using Terra
good
Blast
point.
when
Yes,
it wasn't Terra.
Because you have to terrestrialize first, and then use Terra. Yeah.
I Which I always find that a bit dumb.
Yeah.
What's the point of having
know.
that move if you have to
Yeah, that's a good point.
if you have to terraform to make it even useful? I mean, it's a cool little gimmick, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that was my highlight of the week. I finished the game. Now all I have to do is catch them all.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
And I'll be done. So hurry up and finish. So
Do you think you might go into other Pokemon games, or is that only one you want to do, only experience you want?
Yep. I don't know. I don't think I'll go backwards.
Although, to be fair, I just remembered the DLC is coming out.
Maybe I'll do it for a video if I ever do that.
Experience.
Yeah, well, I might do that.
Oh, yeah, good point.
But I think I'll move on to back to Legend of Zelda, because I've still only just finished one temple or one
dungeon. The beast.
One of the 4 dungeons. Yeah, the beast. That's it. I've only done one.
All right. Do you remember your own topic?
Yeah.
So, do you want to segue yourself?
Yes, I do remember my own topic. Well, I haven't really figured out what I'm going to talk about when it comes to that, but my topic is advertisements. They're everywhere.
Do you like a podcast where the guys
them.
on the show don't know what they're talking about sometimes? The Average Bloke Show is just for you. Come down and listen to the Troy and Jackson talking like absolute yobbos, where they try to make sense.
Well, to be fair, speaking of podcasts, that reminds me, Jackson.
Our coffee is blended from 100% Arabica beans. Troy, Arabica beans. Our coffee. Beans. They're beans that are made in Arabica.
What even are Arabica beans?
Coca-Cola from Coca.
Where's Coca-Cola from, Jackson? Oh, it's Coke. It's Coke made in cola.
Yes, no, you're right. Just like
no, it's Coke made in cola.
Yes, pizza's made in Italy.
Oh my goodness. What's a Ford?
No, you know what's crazy?
It's a Falcon that was born in Ford.
Have moved their operations to Spain, or somewhere in Europe now. They one of their headquarters is.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know. That's very odd. That's an odd place. That's
I'm gonna find this because there's a crazy factory that I heard about this. There's a Ford factory in Spain where they have an entire car washing area that's made out of ostrich feathers. Yeah, it's to do when something's being painted.
We're trying to be environmentally friendly. We need to clean stuff.
No, that's too boring.
Why don't we use wool? No. You know what would be really
at Ford's biggest
friendly?
European plant in Spain,
Feathers.
southeast coastal city of Valencia, it was it cost $2.6 billion and a lot of ostrich feathers. It's a professional cleaner. They're good at
why?
Yeah, good at collecting dust.
They're good at cleaning cars.
Yeah, so not before it's been brushed with a giant feather duster. Think garage car wash, but with rollers made of thousands of plumes of feathers. Female.
Why ostrich feathers?
I don't know, but despite the ostrich feathers and dust prevention system involves, it's an air shower. Apparently, it's a good air shower.
We breed the ostrich, and then when the ostrich is starting to grow, we take baby and we pluck.
I think it's just to remove dust.
The softest feathers, ostrich feathers.
Possibly.
Maybe it's because they're oily or something. I don't know. Because ostriches, I imagine they're like emus in the sense that they
that's one thing feathers. I heard today. I was like, what the heck? But anyway, advertising.
Okay. Anyway, advertisements.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so the thing is, the problem at the moment with my topic specifically is because I don't really get that many ads because I mostly don't watch TV anymore. I mostly watch YouTube and use ad blocker and that, and I do get ads on other websites, but they're not the kind of ads you'd think. But the one thing I do get ads on that I can't really stop myself from getting ads on is Spotify. And I keep getting ads on Spotify for like smoking or drinking or something. Well, I don't remember it smoking specifically, but again, it's mostly gambling ads. Actually, it's more the gambling ads. It's more the sports bet.
Oh my gosh!
The big game started, boys. Get your dream on, sports bet. And then it goes, but it's so funny. It's like get a punt with the lads, sports bet. And then it goes.
What does it really cost you? You're always losing.
What is it really costing you? but it's right. Like at the very end, they're like sports bet. What is it really costing you? Call gambling responsibly helpline.
Yeah, it's like,
but it's just the quick little bit at the
undoes
end.
all the work of the ad.
And there's been a couple. But there's also like the other ones, like I said with alcohol ads, like Dan Murphy's. There's a Dan Murphy ad, and it's like, come on down to Dan Murphy's, and we've got I'm trying to think of the specific one, but we've got Jim Beam for only $6.99. Get a slab of
gold, what they need to bring
Triple X gold for only $69.99, and then it's talking like this, and then it goes, drinking doesn't help. Drink responsibly.
Call gamblers. Call the gambling hotline.
It's really call gambler helpline. It's just tacked on at the end there.
You know what being funny? I just thought this.
It's literally tacked on.
Like a Woolworths ad or like a Bunnings Warehouse ad, and at the end is gamble responsibly.
That's what it's like. That's exactly. But it's the dramatic, like, do you want to win? But not everyone can always win.
Power tools, $5. Gamble responsibly.
No, but I can imagine, like, here at Woolies, get a lamb roast for only $15 a kilo. And then it cuts to if you eat too much, you can still also die. Quit.
What's the
loseweight.com.au.
Oh, what's that sign from bloody Bunnings? If you find a competing price, we'll beat it by 10%. Bunnings Warehouse.
We'll beat it by 10%. If you
gamble responsibly.
The old ads.
Like just ads that aren't appropriate for that, but they just make it funny.
I think it's on YouTube. I made an old. No, was it me or was it Phil? I think I suggested it to Phil. So Phil was making made a YouTube video, and what you can do is the actual, sponsored by the Australian government, Canberra.
Yep.
Sponsored by the Australian government, Canberra.
Yes.
Yeah, you can. That is literally on YouTube, so you can download that exact bit. And it's that clip. So in this video of Phil and I did, or Phil, I think it was more. I think I helped, but I can't remember. But there was this video where we're talking, or Phil's talking and saying something, and then it cuts to the ending, and it ends, and it goes sponsored by the camera. It just fit in perfectly.
I like these other context things are just great like that though. Like, I mean. Come down to Patty's Flower Shop. Come get our collection of fine red roses. Also on special on sunflowers, which bloom perfectly for the spring. Camera.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that's pretty much. We did something like that ages ago.
You go for it.
But I'll go back to the ad thing, because what I have noticed is a lot of ads I have seen lately or heard, like the car ad for D-Max. What was it? It wasn't a Kia. It was Isuzu. Go your own way.
Thanks. I guess.
Yeah, you do a better job. But like, it feels like these ads have got
stupid people
worse.
To believe anything that they're trying to sell. Like they want, yeah.
But. I don't mean to sound like an old man or anything, but back in my day, ads were actually the only good ads I've seen lately have been the Bunnings ads, and they're still not as good as the old ones, because the old ones had that stupid
I had cousins
music.
working at Bunnings, and they never got featured on the ad, so I'm like, damn, this opportunity. Also, the best ads ever. They don't make ads like they used to make, like 1300650506. That's the Reading Riding Hotline.
6555.
That was one of my favorite old ads. And the old one we referenced in one of the early episodes. The rains are coming. Was that McCain's Corn or something? I think it was.
Oh yes.
I can't remember.
It's just, I know the one you're talking about. What was? How
I
did
don't
the
know.
Loopmobile ad go?
I don't remember that one, but
Do you remember? You don't know the Loopmobile? It was like it had a song to it. Yeah.
And I don't know if Victoria had Retravision, but West Australia, Retravision was a electrical wholesaler sort of shop. Retravision, we've got it.
I don't think so. Yep. I know the one you're talking about. Yes, we do have that ad.
I can't remember the rest.
What about the Reese one?
Oh, the seal. Roof.
Yeah,
that's the roof one.
I think it was for Reese Plumbing. I'm not sure. Roof. It's a roof one I was thinking of. Reese Roof.
I had someone else.
I always found that confusing. Was that Reese or was that someone else?
You touched on a nerve.
I always thought of Reese Plumbing. Hello. It's like they're roofers. They're not.
Frank Walker from National Town.
Frank Walker from National Town.
We have the biggest sale of 5% off all floor National Towns.
Hey Jackson, come on down to Christmas Lights Platform. We've got down as we go.
There's no style or character in his ads.
Okay, but the thing is, because the ads that I have seen have all been really crappy. But is it me? Because is it just me? Because I haven't seen that many ads lately. Like I used to see more ads on TV, but now I'm seeing a lot less ads. Or if the ads gotten worse
back in the day. Is rubbing off, and like, because at some point you get oversaturated with ads, and like the more ads we see now these days, we look at it and go, yeah, won't care anymore, don't think twice about ads anymore. Yeah, okay.
But I'm seeing less
well, I guess your type of work
than I used to see when I was younger.
Much exposure of ads, like I guess for you, the only time you see ads is on the side of a bus or maybe like in billboards every now and then. Yeah.
That's exactly it. I only know the only ads I can think of that have caught my attention in recent days have been like an $8 KFC box thing. There's some sort of $8 KFC thing on a bus stop. Yeah, it was on a bus stop, and then there was another one. I think it was probably on another bus stop. Those are the only ads that have caught me, but they're not even TV ads or silly like ads.
Well, I think the answer is what you said earlier. You said you have an ad
media
blocker, because the only way you expose yourself to ads these days are online, and so if you've got ad blockers, then yeah, of course you're not going to see many ads. But also, if you don't watch TV, like normal free to air TV stuff, you're not going to get. Exactly. So I'm wondering if the ads haven't gotten worse and it's just because I'm exposed to less of them. Because I think online the algorithm should be helping with feeding you the right ads. Because for me, for example, or on social media ads, for example, Twitter, I'd always get ads for stupid stock market apps, and I'm like, I don't care. And you can actually just block ad or just recommend that to don't tell me about this ad anymore because I'm not interested. And there's no point ads being running on platforms where if people go like, I don't care for this, I'm gonna no longer get this recommended because I'm not interested in doing finance stuff.
Do you reckon it's more because of the fact that ads used to be just like people just put an ad on TV and you'd get an ad?
Yeah,
instead of it being specifically targeted towards you. Exactly, they're not catered ads anymore, and even on like digital TV, I guess you could call it.
So if I go on Facebook real quick, right? Let's
like
see
9
what the
plus,
first
7
is.
plus, all those.
Because on TV back in the day, like between certain times of the night, you get the same rough ads because of who's watching TV at that night, and like who should they cater those ads to, because like family friendly, especially if it's like after Simpsons, like at 6 o'clock, 6:30 or whatever, family friendly. Family's gonna be watching when their favorite TV show, and then like during those ad breaks, the TV stations networks will be like, all right, what family people watching us, we should push some ads that are family friendly.
All right, so I'm just doing the same thing but with YouTube. I've just turned off ad blocker. And I'm getting my first ad on YouTube that I haven't skipped in years, except for ones where I turn on the where I turn on the internet or turn on Chrome. I open Chrome and then it immediately starts playing video.
My first ad is Anytime Fitness, Clifton Hill. A, I don't plan on going into a gym, and B, where's Clifton Hill? No one near me, obviously. And then my next ad is an announcement for Weezer and their tour coming to Australia. Again, Weezer, I've listened to them in the past, but I'm not interested in that much, but yeah. Mm-hmm. And then my next ad, after some scrolling, is Stonewood Brewing, which is obviously about beer.
Okay, well, great my ad. First ad was a black screen and a person talking.
One of the ads of all time, that one.
Why is it a black screen? I don't think the ad's working properly because it's playing the audio and it's playing the video, but it's just a black screen.
I hate
it was
that.
A Nintendo Switch ad.
It's bloody... They're trying to play these games on the smartphones and they're all in a massive group. Oh, Facebook ads suck.
All I know is like...
Troy, breaking news.
A soft piano was playing in the background.
PewDiePie. 46 minutes ago, he uploaded a video about
right.
saying,
yeah,
I'm a dad now.
I knew that was coming. Oh, yeah, I just saw that.
Anyway, back to where we were talking about. I was on my YouTube app on my phone, and I was like going through some of my old videos and like rewatching some, and to my shock, I got ads on my videos. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. I'm like kind of surprised.
You were getting ads on your videos.
And there must have been a period where if I hit the right amount of subscribes and a certain amount of watch time, that ads are apparently available.
I don't know, maybe. But do you still get ads on the more recent videos?
No, I'm not 2K yet.
It's because you hit that 2K mark.
1.07. 1070.
You're not? Oh.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm not.
Okay, so my second most recent video has an ad. And it's for Tamar Valley Dairy. I'm assuming it's about their yogurt. Yep, there it is.
Oh. Actually,
that's the one I clicked. That's the one I
actually. This came up in my thing. I'm getting an ad. Oh my goodness.
What about my shiny video?
Laser cutting. I got an ad for Senfeng
because you'll need
bevel tube laser cutting machine. And it's still a black screen.
Yeah,
it's still a black screen.
Yeah. So I don't know.
And oh my good, so the ad, I can't see the visual. I don't know why I can't see the visual. Maybe I'll try opening up Internet Explorer for the first time in years, or whatever it's called now. I think the ad is someone using one of these laser cutters.
Okay. It's
a cutting machine. So what sound does a laser cutter make?
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
That's correct. That was I'm going to put it in again, but I'm going to put the volume down. It sounds like a barbecue except louder. Like a barbecue cooking, the sizzling sound. Not you, this.
That's
terrible.
Oh.
So the ad just sounds like static.
Sorry for those.
Except that painful static. You know, like that.
Okay.
That high. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it. That really high pitched static that sounds more like a.
You know, do you remember when analog TV? And
no one's going to want to watch your videos after watching that ad.
Or there'd be a channel you go to, there'd be nothing registered, and it'd be just the snow, and it was.
Okay, that was the same sound.
Back in my day, we had to plug an antenna on top of my TV so we could watch channels. And so we could watch world movies on SBS.
That's what it was called. Let me try.
Early days of exposure to sex scenes on TV was watching world movies on SBS on Friday nights at 10:30. Yeah, those were the days.
Jackson, I just got my first proper ad where it's a visual where I can see it.
You need Grammarly.
It's for Grammarly.
You said your ads aren't.
But to get out of your comfort zone,
curated to you. Oh, that's funny.
I already used Grammarly. It's called Google.
I actually tried
using Grammarly. You don't have to take that leap alone.
Too much because I'm like, I can I'm clever enough to use my words.
Did you try Grammarly?
To make them
Why would
look good
anyone
on a
need
resume.
to use Grammarly?
Or, letter of reference. Or if you're writing a 10,000 word essay.
What does it do?
It's auto-suggestion.
Is it it's an autocorrect, is it?
So it's a bit of both, actually. Auto-correction and auto-suggest. Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's written here. Improve it, shorten it, continue writing, make it personal. Oh,
I could imagine.
Could you imagine? Ugh.
And it does sound boring.
Actually, I'd try it. I'd try it just so I could write like a full paragraph, and then I'd click shorten it, and then I click shorten it again, and it's like that. It's like that thing. Enhance, except it's shorten, make it smaller, convey the message in less words. She said. You've got here, and you've also got here improve it, right? So
upgrade, go back,
make it better. We can make it better. We can upgrade it. No, but we can make the words better. We can make them stronger.
We have Grammarly at home.
Better than they've ever been before.
Your autocorrect.
What's Grammarly at home? No.
A thesaurus.
I do have Grammarly at home.
A dictionary, Oxford Dictionary.
No. Correct. Yes. Yeah, correct. I was going to grab a dictionary and say we have Grammarly at home.
Hey, going back to ads, right? There's one of our least favorited fast food joint Macca's. Well, I mean, I'm saying least favorite, but like our least preferred is probably correct. Well, yeah, I see so many
Macca's
ads
is our least
for
preferred,
Macca's,
yes.
and it's amazing how it doesn't have effect for me anymore. That I want to have a desire to go to Macca's all the time.
Really?
I mean, well, if you're watching sport,
I see absolutely no ads
live
for Macca's anywhere.
There's Macca's on the boards or and TV ads for them. Yeah. But it's kind of interesting too, because a lot of things people have learned from advertising is a lot of companies have the color red because apparently that's the color of attention, which is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that is 100%. So when it comes to, they've done studies, right, and they've even done studies on people when they play video games, for example. Mm-hmm. So it's not necessarily that red is attention, but it's more red is hyper focus and blue is more like. How do I explain it? So they did a study on red and blue, and basically people who view, when you view red, you sort of like, it gets more like it's more go get it, sort of like go for it. It's more that it triggers that kind of response, I guess. While as blue sort of is more calming, relaxing, focused. If that makes sense. So if you're playing,
I was going to make this point about Rocket League, like, because is there a study where if your team,
they did a study on
blue.
they did a study on Halo, which is red versus blue. So, and what they found was that
orange and blue.
And I was going to say I was going to use Rocket League as an example, but I'll give Halo.
Yeah.
I'll give Halo because Halo actually has red and blue. So they did studies on video games like that, and what they did is they took the same people, they had them play a bunch of games, and we're talking you can get a pretty high sample. You can get a few hundred, you can get a few thousand people playing video games or playing a game of Halo. And what they found was, majority of the time, doesn't matter who the player was, the team that's red would win more often than the blue team. So statistically speaking, if you're on a team and the team that's seeing red, so if you're looking at, so it's actually the blue team that wins, sorry. If you're looking at the red team,
because you're focused on them, hyper-focused.
The blue team will win, if that makes sense. Because you're focusing more, hyper-focused, and it's sort of like go get them, shoot bang. But what they find is with other examples or other games where it was a bit more like a card game, a bit more strategic, right? They'd find that the people who had, for example, like let's go with Yu-Gi-Oh, because you can get different back of the card things. People that had like a bluer color, they would actually, who saw blue, I should say, on the screen more, would be able to win more often because it was a bit more of a concentration kind of focus or like slower. So a real life example is that if you're say a teenager or even someone working in an office and you're working at your desk typing at your computer or something, what would help you focus more would be having, say, a blue desk or blue walls as opposed to red walls or
I'm
something.
I'm going to paint my room blue now.
Or red desk.
Well, it's kind of funny.
It's not a bad idea for a very specific... If you want a specific room where you can relax and meditate, for example, then definitely having a blue room is better than a red room.
Well, it's kind of funny because red's in a lot of things, and the common saying on the road is like, "Oh, red goes fast, red's faster."
But red grads, that's all part of it. It's people. It's
too busy paying attention to it.
I was going to say it's a mental illusion. And that's why people talk about, for example, the girl in the red dress. So if you're walking down the street, right, you will pass hundreds. Like, let's say you're in the city, you'll pass 1 million people, but every single person who's wearing red will catch your attention way sooner than anyone else. And they've done tests where they've shown videos of stuff like that, and they've done similar tests where they I don't know if you ever. In high school, they ever played the monkey video for you?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever study psychology? You probably didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a test on attention, right? What they did was the teacher would tell you, we're gonna play a video for you guys, right? And they go, I want you to count how many red balls go past on the screen. And what happened was they'd have people... I can't remember the specifics. I don't think it was red balls, but it was focused on this one thing, right? And the funny thing is, when people were watching, say, for example, these people walk across the screen carrying red balls, and they were going 1, 2, 3, there would be a monkey that would literally walk in front of them, in front of everything, right in front of your vision, so you could not miss it, right? It would do a little thing and then walk away. And then at the end of the video... the teacher would ask, did anyone see the monkey?
No one?
And you know how many people saw the monkey?
Okay.
1 or 2. There were definitely people that did see the monkey. It was right in front of the screen. But the majority of the people, like 80% of participants in these studies, didn't see the monkey.
Gotcha.
Because that's what happens when you hyper-focus on one particular thing.
There you go. Red's powerful, huh?
But yeah, but that's why a lot of ads use like red and all that sort of stuff. That's why Macca's has got red in it. That's why KFC's got red. That's why what is it, the one? What did they bring in Wendy's, which is now coming to Australia.
Pokemon Violet was red. Actually, I don't really know.
Did it? There you go. Do you want another example? Is Pokemon Go,
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
The red team.
Shield was red and Pokemon Sword was blue. But I don't know about those games which one sold more than the others.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but I'll give you the
Mystic,
with Pokemon
Valor,
Go.
and
Like, what were the teams called again?
Valor, and Instinct.
Mm-hmm. Instinct, correct.
Valor.
Which
red.
now guess. So, what were you? What did you choose? There you go. See, and the majority of people chose red,
and poor
Instinct. The second majority of people chose blue.
You chose Mystic Blue.
And you know what I chose? Oh, okay. I chose Instinct. I chose Instinct.
We have an Instinct over here.
Yeah, because I prefer yellow.
Because you know what?
Because I'm an individual.
They stink.
Also, it was Zapdos. I love Zapdos.
I wasn't so much focused about what the legend was representing. It was more the colour.
I know, but
you could say I was
going to choose red or blue.
Red,
I was like, I'm not choosing red or blue.
It's not my favourite colour.
Red used to be my favourite colour.
It's purple.
Fair enough.
Purple.
But yeah.
Am I not purple enough for the purple club? I know, that was what I was trying to get you.
I was just thinking. I was literally just thinking that. You beat me by like 2 seconds. I was literally about to say, am I not purple
We've had too many episodes now.
Club?
We're basically sharing the same brain cell. Almost. It is problem when you're having friendship like this.
To be fair, I am reloading your
Look
video
out,
every
paycheck,
once in
here
a
I
while
come.
just to see what ads I get.
Just kidding. 0.07.
Oh, you've only got 1.7k subscribers. Ugh,
That's
gross.
only 1,070.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to make yourself feel...
Go subscribe Troy.
Oh, if you want to make yourself feel worse,
Go
fair
subscribe
enough.
to Troy. Yes, please. 12, 13?
Yeah, subscribe to Troy. How many have I got? Have I got...
Oh, okay. Let's go.
No, I've got more than that. I've got like
I thought
15.
it was 13 or 14, but...
I think... Well, let's find out.
17! Oh, hello.
17! Yes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention
majority
this in my
of them
highlight.
all from that one little video I
But
did.
I've got these copies of Pokemon
Yes.
Heart to Gold and Soul Silver, Japanese copies.
They don't just because it's
Nihonjin
Japanese doesn't mean
Gamer.
you have to say it like that.
Sorry. Alright, see you next week. Bye, Troy. That's right. Me and the other guy will talk to each other. It's all good. He can carry you. He can carry this. Alright, hey mate, what's up? Hey, not much. I'm just still standing here watching Troy. I didn't realise your voice sounded like that. What a weird voice. I've been standing here all this time doing us all. I'm actually 13 years old.
Oh my! Stop! You ruined
the illusion.
You're ruining his mystique. You're
Sorry, that might
ruining
have
the
been the plan.
illusion. Oh my goodness! Oh, could you imagine you run into someone in the street that looks like that? And he comes out and he goes, oh yeah, it's good to see. Oh man, this is a dangerous street. You shouldn't be out here all alone.
Yes, it is. What happened? Balls haven't dropped yet. I hit puberty very, very late.
I'll have you know I used to be a best.
You're 23 years old.
Goodness me. It's going to ruin...
You're welcome,
this
audio.
has ruined my audio. Oh, those spikes.
I don't know what I meant to say that, but yeah.
You're welcome,
so
audio.
I appreciate our
moving
listeners more
close.
than our watchers. You better be listening to us. Oh, Bob. Because I'm pretty sure the episode of when they did the bit.
Oh, that's what they
list,
said. Yeah,
that list. That was the episode where Bob's like, "We value our watchers more than our listeners. You better be watching."
Why would... That's the thing that confused me. I'm sitting there going, why would anyone want to... I mean... What's
well, to be honest,
what is
they're
a
trying to do is
podcast specifically? Like, what is the definition? Because that's what I was wondering, isn't it?
It's Spotify trying to be YouTube, but
it's not really a
doing a
podcast if it's
shittier
video
job.
format, right?
Spotify's like you. Spotify is
Yeah,
YouTube
but no
at
one
home.
wants to watch. Like, I can't. I can't. I shouldn't say this, right?
No.
But I can't imagine someone watching like an hour or 2 hours of,
that's
of two
fine.
blokes sitting in chairs talking to each other.
Yeah, and one of the
Or sitting on a couch talking to each other. Like, I can't imagine people watching it. Like, I
Why?
imagine people watching us on YouTube, if anybody really does. I cannot imagine.
Go to
Yes, hi if you are.
Spotify
Also,
or
why are you watching it in video format?
or Apple iTunes.
Yeah, just go to Spotify.
Review really helps
Just go to Spotify and just listen
Okay.
when you're at work or at school or something.
No. So every podcast is like,
What?
please
What
rate us
plugging?
5 stars. It really helps us with the discovery, pushes the feed out. Really supports us. Blah blah blah.
Oh, hey Jackson, I noticed something, right? I noticed we've got 5 stars on our podcast on Apple Play. But you know yeah. Do you know why?
Oh my wait, did
you
someone
gave
do
it
it?
5
And I realised,
stars.
oh wait, I must have been me. I must have.
No, you did it.
I don't
Did
recall.
I'm like looking at it. I'm like,
List
do
us on Apple
people
Podcast?
even watch
Yes.
us on Apple Play or whatever it's Apple Podcast? And I was looking. I'm like, well, it doesn't give you stats. And I'm like, maybe people will leave a star rating, so I'll give us a rough idea. And I was like, oh, there's one review, and I looked
No,
at
it
it.
was
It's
Checker
like
56214.
5-star Jackson Phillips.
My
That's
secret
right. It was
internet name.
Yes,
is
it was
out,
that.
Now out.
I saw it.
No
and I'm
one
like,
will
oh,
know.
Jackson.
Someone else
Gotta
wrote 5
like
stars
how-
and say, I knew it was.
Someone's got to
Jack
give us 5 stars.
My mum said if
My
they
mum
give
gives
me
me
5
5
stars,
stars.
I get an ice cream. and a raising pocket money allowance. I'll go on.
Speaking of mums, I was talking to my mum the other day about about the boat. No, about the boat, and she's like, you gotta understand, this is like almost 80-year-old woman. She's like,
60.
That's ridiculous. She's getting there. No, she's not. What? She's almost 70. Yeah. Sorry, no, she's over. She's almost 70.
Okay.
Not 80. Yeah, I think she's 71. I'm not sure though. Hold on. Courtney, how old's my mum?
I forgot. You're shocking with an age. No, I didn't hear it, but probably they already did.
Did you hear that?
Okay.
I said I think she's 71, and Courtney goes.
Anyway.
But anyway, because she's an older woman, she goes, "Oh, that's ridiculous. You should, try and get your money back. You should, or at least give them a review and all that." I'm like, I really can't be bothered. Like, I just won't make the same mistake twice. And she's like, "No, I'll do it for you." And so I was talking to her on the phone. I didn't realize she's apparently like she was going on Facebook and going to like leave a negative review on Facebook on this like boat place, on this sailing place. And halfway through, I was like, she's trying to ask me how to like put it on Facebook. And that's when I went, wait a minute, are you doing a review? And she goes, yeah. And I go, no, don't bother with it. Yeah, don't do it. It doesn't matter. It's not going to make a difference. They delete the bad ones anyway. Because I'll tell you what, the reviews on this website were like, 5-star, was an amazing time. All the boat trip was so good. Well, that's the funny thing. The review that was like the latest review, they had the same hostess that we did.
Just a different bloke.
So it was definitely the same girl. It was definitely not the same skipper. Definitely a different bloke. And you could tell because like when we spoke to her on the boat, she was like, yeah, the other guy's better, basically. The other guy knows what he's doing. She didn't use those words, but that's basically what she communicated to us. Especially when we were coming back early and the girl goes to Courtney. Like Courtney asks, "What are we doing for lunch?" And the girl goes, "I don't know. We've never had to come back early before." No, we've never had to come back. This early before. So maybe they come back like half. I've been thinking about the episode.
I feel like I should cut it down just to just your story, your whole your bloody holiday story, just as a special because like that intro was a bit of a ramble.
Sure. Maybe you can add the actual audio, the fixed up audio. Yeah, that's right. The audio where I just spent 5 minutes fixing it.
Alright, don't give me that attitude. Jeez. Ain't giving me that slack. What I said. No, that's okay. We're just about to wrap up to an hour anyway, so that's all good.
Bit, and I was gonna say, did you want to say anything more about ads? Because the other thing I was going to bring up is I feel like the ads have gotten worse, but that's partly because I've seen American ads, and all of their ads, no matter what they are, they're fantastic.
Yep, they actually
in the sense that they're entertaining. Like for example, I'll go back to the Isuzu ad. No one wants to see the car like driving on different roads.
The only reason
dramatic go your own way music playing. We all know how SUVs work. Everyone knows how an SUV works. We know it's an all-terrain, a bit more of an all-terrain vehicle, but it's a nice fancy one. Like,
I understand their title into like ad
car ad seems to be the same.
No one's going out tomorrow to buy one specific. Only the tradies will for a tax write-off. That's all it's going to be. But the other thing is too, I think the only reason why they want to play it is because the song's that damn catchy that people just want to go their own way.
That's why they do those songs. That's another. The other thing I was going
to get into
the psychology behind the different ads, because they apparently go through, or at least they used to go through, a lot. Because
they used to do their research. They used to actually do actual research with like
people's attention.
All right, what kind of ads are you interested in? Like, what's your product?
Marketing
research.
Well, that's part of it, but it's. But like for example, like an ad for a Samsung phone is just the phone flips in and like slowly turns and shines, and then it goes, with all new a 1080p camera, and it's just spinning in the air. It's like, that's nice. Why don't you?
What apps can I use?
The new iPhone is just sitting on a pedestal turning. It's like, you want this
because you're an Android man.
No, I don't want an iPhone for starters. But even if I did want an iPhone, give me a reason to want this one. What can this one do that my other one can't do? No. It's turning. You want this phone.
Just quickly back on the Heart Gold Soul Silver. If these games in English for PAL versions or North American versions are like $200 in Australia. If you can buy legit Japanese copies, $60 each.
Really?
Including postage.
Really? Wow.
No, I can read it.
But then you can't read it.
Easy. Nigiru means run away. Kanzu means Pokédex, but I think it actually means something else in Japanese. But Kanzun is like the button you press on to view your Pokédex. Tamago is egg when you're hatching an egg or got an egg in your party. Pretty much.
That's why they call it
egg shaped, those things. I forget about that. Yeah. And
egg hatcher or something like that.
Egg catcher.
Egg catcher?
Egg catcher
here?
Egg
catcher.
Butt scratcher.
Butt scratcher. Butt scratcher.
Anyway, let's end on that awesome note. Thank you guys for listening. Listening. I'm German all of a sudden. Listening.
It is 11:11, so make a wish.
Okay, check out our socials.
I wish this podcast would end.
We haven't got any socials.
I'm done. Check out our socials.
Check out his own socials. Rate 5 stars, leave a review. There's in Jackson. Get responsibly.
Sponsored by Australian Government. Okay.